Hey everybody, welcome back to
Our Monday's live Q&A.
There it is.
We are back, and we are going to be back again on Friday for another one, but it's going to be at a different time. So just so everybody knows, we'll be back at 1 p.m. on Friday for the next Q&A.
And that will be, the last Q&A for a week and a half. So we won't be doing like Monday, Friday, Monday after that, but we'll do the following Friday. Right?
Because you're going to be in Anaheim.
I'll be in Anaheim, yes. And everybody, I will be speaking in Anaheim, and we will be putting it up on Facebook, Instagram, and we will be telling you when I'm speaking, but I'm speaking at 3:45
on the 11th.
On the 11th, and if you want to watch it live, that would be great. And it's called Creating the Perfect Day. And then 2 weeks later, I'm going to be doing what's called the 4 steps to creating the perfect day. And that is a master class. That is a master class for people who really want the whole picture and they want the nitty gritty of it. What's really behind creating the perfect day and the 4 steps that you've got to do if you want to turn around dysfunctional beliefs and diseases, which are just symptoms of dysfunctional beliefs that you don't know you have. Because the invisible becomes the
visible.
That's right. And the emotional becomes the physical. Okay? And dis-ease means you're not at ease. Okay? You're not comfortable in your own skin. Okay? You're not comfortable in this vehicle we call our body. Okay? Because there's chaotic beliefs that you've been given. You know, most people don't realize this, do they, Abby? But, you know, your 90% of all your dysfunction came to you before you were 7 years old.
Yeah.
And we're not going to blame our parents. We're just going to understand something, that there's a whole sector of a population out there. They call themselves the elite, okay? And they feed off our suffering, our pain. They sell us off by the pound. I mean, take a look at your medical system. Take a look at the government. Take a look at corporations. Take a look in a supermarket. Take a look at the corner store. Take a look at all the drive-thrus. Try to find yourself an organic restaurant that is truly organic. You know, so the deal is that Planet Earth is a fun-filled adventure for the whole family, and it's a life-threatening one if you don't understand the rules. So today we're going to answer some questions, and maybe we'll get some rules straight.
Totally. That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Let's straighten things out. So first one is from Michelle Schwab, and this is from Facebook. One more question. I was using fulvic eye drops, and my eyes improved from June to September this year. Darrell, I know you are intuitive, but so you think I have gallbladder, liver issues, as I feel I got gas. I will schedule personal treatment plans soon.
Okay. Understand something. For me to say that you have gallbladder and liver issues, I have to tell you that maybe I put something together, but I could basically say that about 99.9% of the whole population and get it right. Okay? Because gallbladder and liver holds on to what?
A lot of anger.
A lot of anger.
A lot of anger.
And you know what? I would be severely pissed off if I didn't unconditionally love myself.
Totally.
Because how could you not be pissed off on this planet when they tell you that they're going to give you something and they don't? They tell you you can become something, but you can't. Mm-hmm. They tell you that your relationships and getting married is the best thing you'll ever do. You know, you got to marry yourself first. Mm-hmm. They forgot to tell you that. That's the most important relationship. Yeah. So understand something. We will always have gallbladder and liver problems until we unconditionally love ourselves. Mm-hmm. You know, this is just a vehicle, okay? The driver is everything.
Yeah.
Okay?
And with all those emotions that come into play with the or not having that unconditional love comes eating all those bad foods. So your bad moods are going to make you eat the bad foods. And especially if you're eating a lot of deep fried foods or lots of bad fats and things like that, your liver is not going to be your friend.
Sugar,
at that point.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people have fatty livers today? 90% of the population has a fatty liver. Mm-hmm. And whether they drink alcohol or not, they got a fatty liver. whether they drink, their cirrhosis of the liver. We've got children with cirrhosis of the liver and they never drank any alcohol, and the mother said she didn't.
Yeah. We need to take a look at the foods we're eating. Make sure you're not doing the processed packaged foods. They're filled with plastics. They're not real. There's so many artificial ingredients. They're genetically modified, and they're genetically modifying you. So we need to really just reconnect back to nature and really focus on eating a balanced diet, following the perfect day.
So here's a statistic for you. So we know that fear is the most motivational negative emotion that is promoted today. Like, you can't turn anything on or even listen to your mother, your father, your sister, your brother without hearing something about it, right? About the end of the world, henny penny, the sky's falling in. 97% of the population has kidney problems.
Yeah, the renal function is completely lost. 97%. Think about that.
97% of the population has kidney problems. Are you kidding me? Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now.
Kidding me.
Yeah, right. I'm going to tell you something right now. You know what? If you want to kill something, don't give it water. So on an unconscious level, subconscious, unconscious level, why are you trying to kill yourself? So let's find out why. But then we're going to have to go back to from the age of 1 to 7. And you're going to go, that's not true. I had a beautiful upbringing. Well, I'd say that you're unconscious. And I'm not saying it wasn't a beautiful upbringing, but we need to find out where it is. Who's going to be brave enough to go back and rewrite their story? Shall we start?
Yeah. All right, next up, Poppy Lindsay. I had plantar fasciitis for about 4 years, inflammation of the plantar. It came on with bad footwear. If I cut out sugar, is that best to reduce the inflammation in the feet? Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to take this or should I?
Well, we can both take it, but
Not at the same time.
So, I mean, yes, definitely cut out sugar to help with reducing the inflammation, but there are other things that you'll definitely want to be doing. Honestly, getting the deep tissue work on your feet, the full foot restoration treatment for that will get rid of all the crystallization, displaced calcium, and scar tissue that's causing that inflammation. So we really have to get rid of that to get rid of the problem, because that is the root of it. That's what's causing it. And I
don't know where you live, Poppy, but, check us out. We'll let you know where one of our master trainers are. But understand something. Footwear doesn't cause feet problems, okay? What does is your lifestyle with the footwear that wasn't good for you caused the feet problems. Does it make it worse? Absolutely. I totally agree with that. But we really need to look at our lifestyle. It's the crystallization, the displaced calcium, and the scar tissue. And if anybody wants to, ever come on a show or something, and you're in the neighborhood, we'll do a treatment on you live, and you won't pay, and we will prove that in a half an hour to 40 minutes, you give me your worst foot, and we'll make it into your best foot you ever had. So there you go, right there. So you have to understand something. We are out to change the whole field in body work. All right. Why do you think we offer a money-back guarantee on your first treatment? We do because we know we're right. That's that. We know we're right. And we know that where other therapies fail, we've just begun to have fun. Okay. So the reality is, you have to understand that if the majority of the population is going for a certain therapy right now, I guarantee you it's not working. Oh, wait a minute. Why you keep going back? Okay. Understand something. When people come and take our courses, when people come to take our therapies, or when we come to do personal treatment and trainings, we give them back their power. Okay. Remember something. You're not looking for a healer. You've already got one. That's you.
Now, that's the most important thing, is we need to really be trained on how to take care of our bodies. And we're not getting that with any other real modality.
No, wait a minute. That's not true. Why would you ever want to learn how to look after your body? You don't want to do that.
Well, I do. What about you guys? I think you want to learn, right?
No, they don't. Okay, let's go to the next question.
Beth Michael, thanks for such great information. Is it an issue if the cervix has grown together after having the LEAP procedure done to get rid of HPV? And that is loop electrosurgical excision procedure. So
I'll tell you something.
together.
If that was my territory,
Major adhesion right there.
That's just adhesions, that's all. Okay. I was talking to one of our trainers and one of our therapists, and she's out of San Antonio, Texas this morning, and she was talking about how her diaphragm was actually stuck and it wouldn't move, and her doctor said, you're going to have to live with this for the rest of your life. And she came and I did a heart release on her about 8 weeks ago. Was it 5 weeks ago?
No, that was just like beginning of September.
Oh, well, that's just how much I miss her then.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Time
anyways.
flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. So anyways, I did a heart release on her. And then about a week later, she felt the diaphragm moving again. And she told her doctor this. And her doctor didn't believe it. Well, she went there this morning. And guess what?
It's moving.
That diaphragm's moving. And guess what? You ready for this? Her doctor, wants her to come in and teach him the foundational basics of what she knows.
Wow.
So she's going to meet with him next week.
That's amazing.
Go figure. And guess what? Listen, we must unite. We must unite the scientific breakthroughs of the medical system with natural health.
Totally.
You know, we have to return to the old ways, they say, right? But that doesn't mean we're going to return to the old ways and give up our phones and that. When we say return to the old ways means that you're going to finally understand that we're not trying to get spiritual because we don't have to. We're already spirits. You just need to recognize your spirit. That is the old ways. And if you take a look at all the indigenous people that religion and the government tried to destroy, and first they called it assimilation, which was rip families apart and children apart. And now they're calling it reconciliation, and they're trying to make up for it. But they knew all this. You can never trust them. I want to say something right now, and I said it the other day, and then we'll get right back to this. This is really important. Okay, so we poo-pooed on smoking. First we had doctors coming on and smoking cigarettes on TV, telling us it was exercising our lungs, and you could smoke in a hospital. This is how dumbed down and ignorant we are. Okay, so now today you can never smoke in a hospital. Oh my God, you can't do that. But you know what? I can remember when I was a little child, my mother smoking a cigarette, talking to her doctor, about getting her varicose veins taken out. And he's smoking a cigarette too. I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. So now what we've done is 80% of all the children, maybe not in your school, but 80%, there was a study done, of the children in middle school and high school are vaping. Vaping is 10 times worse than smoking cigarettes. Go figure. So now, guess what? They sucker punched us again. So here they come, and they're coming to what? They're coming to steal our children. They steal their health. All right, I'm done.
Okay. So hide your kids, hide your wife, and don't let them vape.
That's right.
Okay, Alroy. Does your calcium product help with reversing diabetic neuropathy? And can you provide any information on research that can help me get a better understanding of how your products work that is third-party provided?
Okay, first of all, I want you to understand something. To actually do studies, costs multi-million dollars. Lots of money, right? Understand, in the natural health field, you're not going to find that. And understand something. So, our products have no harmful side effects, but you want third-party studies. Meanwhile, if you go to PubMed and you look in PubMed, there's tens of thousands of studies that have been done that if we could develop an ion of the calcium, and that goes back 50 to 75 years, that we could reverse health problems. Well, that's been done. Okay, I don't know who you are and that you need studies. Well, if you need studies before you're going to take control of your life, then you're going to be studied because you'll be a cadaver on the table. So I just want, and I'm not trying to be a smarty, I'm trying to tell you something, that there's logic here at play. All right? And understand that we stand up for all the products that we sell. But the reality is, if you're looking for third-party studies, have we got testimonials? We got testimonials from real people. All right? I can tell you that I'm not a liar. I can tell you I don't need to lie. You can take it for that. Pharmaceutical companies Okay? They lie with most of their studies. Now you prove to me they don't. So you're going to take a third-party study from a pharmaceutical company that didn't have a third party actually look at it, and they hired them. And I can get you hundreds, maybe thousands of studies if you want. Come on my show, and I will prove you that the pharmaceutical companies and all the testings are not actually legal, and that they're illegal, and they've been tainted. And they've been tainted for as long as we know. So if you have a mind, you have logic, and I'm not trying to be a smarty here, but the reality is if you're waiting for government approval, FDA approval, or approval from your medical doctor that is not interested in you taking your power back or in natural health, then guess what? You'll be the one who's being studied. And I just want everybody to understand that we've got enough information on the SAC calcium to back it. Take a look at the slideshow that I provide in the Ionic Calcium Guide and the interview that I did with Jay Lee. And go through the slideshow and then come on my show.
There's also the SAC Ionic Calcium Signaling Guide. So there's a scientific document as well. It's from the company, not third party, but it is all the scientific research that they've done in that book. And then there's the slideshow. And as for the diabetic neuropathy, with the calcification that gets wrapped around the nerves, it's going to pull that displaced calcium off of the nerve and bring it back into the bones.
But understand something. I never ever said that it was going to reverse neuropathy, did I?
No.
SAC calcium. One thing, neuropathy is caused because, you know what? That's the lower part of your leg, okay? And you need to understand something. The lower part of your leg is a stump. So now the lower part of your leg is like the stump of a tree. Now, why is it so fibrous? Why is it got pain, but it's hard? Let's use our logic. So if you need me to get you third-party information before you're going to move forward, then you weren't looking to move forward at all. So there's no pill that's going to change this. Understand something. If you give me somebody that has no feeling because they've got diabetic neuropathy and they want to embrace the perfect day, and they want to embrace fasting for perfect health, okay? And then they're going to go in and we're going to show them with our technique how we're going to pull all those fibers apart that are stuck together like crazy glue. You need to understand something. Neuropathy means that you have so much scar tissue in there, and something that could have been an inch thick is now dehydrated down to 1/8 of an inch because it's beef jerky. And this is because you no longer have energy flowing through that part of your leg. It's dead. You now have hardly any blood supply, any lymph supply. It means the microcirculation in your leg is dying. Okay? So why do you think we get the leg cut off down the road? Well, because it's gone gangrene, because there's no circulation, it's rotting. So what would be the thing we need to do? Well, we know that if you've had that much pain and inflammation in your lower leg, you are getting crystallization because of your diet, because maybe you're diabetic, but you're still not eating right, because if you weren't, this wouldn't be happening. You heard what I said. Now, the next thing is that inflammation is going to call on the body to make fibrin, and it's never going to stop as long as the inflammation is there. And if it gets worse, it has to pull calcium from your bones to try to put the fire out, to keep the pH proper down here so that you don't have cancer growing in your leg. Now, because you don't have good circulation, you've got your gravity is pulling everything down because you're not pumping it anymore. You've got this huge stump beaver dam here, which is what? A physical block, creating an energy block. And we know that if you can't bring up the temperature of the tissue area and you can't bring the circulation up, you're not going to do anything. So let's just go to logic here, okay? And know that we need to take personal action, or we're going to lose that leg, or we're going to be in pain all the time. So there's the bottom line to this thing. And is there other things you could do? Yes, you could use the pelvic expander. You could also start to do core twisting. You can do things because you know what? Healing is a 4-part thing. And if you watch the 4 steps to creating the perfect day in about 3 weeks, you'll understand that I'm not going to mess around anymore. I'm going to talk about how it really is. Before I used to go like this, just tripsy-tropsy along. Well, guess what? If you saw how many phone calls I get every day of people going to surgery, people that are crying on the phone, people that are so desperate for their children, for their mothers, for their fathers. No, I'm not doing that. If you need third party, okay, it's not going to be a party. Just use logic. Look to nature. Don't look to me. Go ahead. Don't trust me. But if I say something that's totally logical and in line with nature, then we could be on the right track.
Thank you for your question. Next one is from Patricia Stewart. Good day. I had vitrectomy surgery done on my left eye in 2017. There is still some inflammation and therefore the vision is still wavy in the left eye. I am going for my second Kinolog injection in mid-October. I have 2 sisters who follow your site with incredibly high regard and tell me you have some incredible eye drops. Would these interfere with the Kinolog substance that sits under the outer layer of the eye tissue and dissolves slowly? Thank you.
Not at all. It's going to help to create balance. Everything is about inflammation. So you need to take a look at the perfect day, and you need to look at your mind as well. Okay? And do you work on a computer? Mm-hmm. Are you getting blue light poisoned? Mm-hmm. So there's a few things you need to look at here. Understand something. Most people, when they ask us questions, okay, look at everybody out there. We're so programmed. That question has blinders on it, right? Because all you're thinking about is the eye. The eye's in trouble because of the rest of you is not in line with it, whether it be your mind, your heart,
liver.
But I'm talking about emotion.
Oh, okay.
But you're right. But you're so right. Your liver. I mean, if we were to get you to do the daily cleansing tea, tummy love, and just get you to do coffee enemas, you'd say, wow, my eye feels so much better. Mm-hmm. Well, we're kind of a long way from there, aren't we? Okay, so that's where we really need to understand something. Let me tell you something. Don't take your life back. Everybody else owns it. There should be nothing more on the table, more important than minding your own business right now and creating the perfect day for you. So, no, don't worry about the fulvic nano drops. Don't worry about the silver. None of these things are going to bother your eye. I promise you that. We're actually doing a full video on how we treat eye problems here. And we're doing 15 videos this week that we're going to be releasing in the next 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
2 weeks, we're going to be releasing 15 videos on how we treat things. And then I want everybody to challenge us. I saw your video okay? So come on, let's go.
I can't wait.
Let's go. We want to go and stir it up out there, and we want you to challenge us, question us, because those people that challenge us the most, the guy who said, give me third party, wow, I love it. Mm-hmm. But there's my answer. Okay? Make sure you're going to the right party, buddy. So, keep coming with your questions, and if you don't want to use your first name, use somebody else's, right? But the reality is challenge us, challenge authority until you're the authority. And you'll know when you're authority because you won't be challenging us. You'll just know. You know what? I don't hope I'm going to get well. I hope this is going to work. I know I'm going to get well.
The knowing, the most important part.
Yeah.
Next one is from Amy. What would be the recommended serving size of the colloidal silver? Is this product recommended for cancer?
First of all, our silver is, I won't call our silver colloidal. It's not colloidal. No. The particle is small. It's ion size. Yeah. So understand that. You could drink a whole jug. It's not going to benefit you to drink a whole jug. But understand, what's the serving size? It depends. I need everybody to get this. This is what you need to understand. How much terrorism is in your life? What are you putting in your mouth? What are you putting in your mind? The more negative foods you eat, low vibrational, GMOs, toxic foods, toxic thoughts, are going to disrupt the energy and the vibration in your body and change the terrain. So let me tell you something. I don't get bugs. I don't have bad bacteria. I don't have bad viruses. I don't have worms, but guess what? They're all living in me. They're in there. They're sleeping. I'm just not going to wake them up. I just need to stay high vibrational with the people I hang around, the things I say, the things I think, the things I drink, the things I eat, and understand that this is just a vehicle and that the spirit is the one that's truly in charge. And that is the bottom line right there. That, you know what? I will deal with people that say, I've been dealing with worms for 10 years or 5 years or 3 years. Right or wrong?
Yeah,
Is that I'm
totally.
making this up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of them aren't willing to actually fix their inner terrain and actually change their lifestyle long term. Lots of people are just looking for that quick fix. So they'll do a parasite cleanse or a worm cleanse, and then they go back to doing their regular thing.
And get on an emotional level, guess what? Guess what? Take this one to the bank. You dirty little girl, you'll never get cleaned. You dirty little boy, you'll never get cleaned. Right? So you have to understand something, that vibration, the invisible, dictates the physical. And I want you, you're going to go, he's wrong. I don't think like this. That's how well you've been sucker punched. I need you to stay connected to your breath, and I need you to breathe and understand something. There's nothing wrong with you. You're beautiful. But the reality is you need to go back into your past and rewrite your future. And you need to do it in the present moment. All right.
Okay, next question from Melissa Joy. Thoughts on Botox around the eyes? Thank you.
I say, if it's going to bring up your vibration and make you feel better, okay? A lot of people say Botox is really toxic and you shouldn't get it. And I'm not telling you I would ever do it. I'm not saying that. I'm trying to tell you that I have to weigh everything out. Like that time that lady said to me, well, you know, Darrell, if I don't, I love you and I love your work. And it was a relative of mine. And, but you know, I'm doing everything you say, but I believe if I don't get chemo, I'm not going to make it. And I go, hey, listen, do it. And I'm going to show you how to make the chemo work as good as possible and how to get rid of the toxic residue. But listen, do it. I'm 100% behind you. So, yeah. So the thing is it's not the end of the day.
No,
Abby?
it isn't. With Botox as well, like it's botulism, which is a toxin technically, but what it actually is they take the isolated protein out of it, and that's all it is. So they're just injecting an isolated protein that relaxes your muscles when it's injected, and it isn't the worst thing. That you could do a lot worse. So
Okay. So I came from a very religious background, and I will tell you that all I ever heard the whole time I was growing up is, this is who you are, and this is what you need to put up with, and da-da-da. So I was dealing with, I was up in a Russian community, and we were doing a major training up there. We're teaching the whole community. How many were there? There's like, the community, there's what? How many?
like
500?
Oh, I thought it was 200, but maybe that's just
In
part
that
of
one,
it.
there
Yeah.
was like 700, 600 in the community. Like they have 3 major farms.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah.
There was probably 20 in the class.
Yeah.
Around there.
So anyways, we're up there, and one of the girls goes to me, and she's around 22 years old, and she says, can I talk to you? And then I did emotional counseling for her. She was really upset about her nose, okay? And she felt her nose was too big. And her parents came to me, and they go, you need to help her and straighten her out, okay? Because she just won't let this go. So her parents thought I was going to sit down with her and tell her, you know, God gave you this nose. This is the nose you got. This is the nose you should live with. And I sat down and I go, so what's the problem? She goes, I'm unhappy. Well, first the parents told me, and then she goes, I don't want it like this. I'm not conceited. I want to feel good. And I go, okay, so everybody want to know my opinion? Sure. Okay, this consultation's done. Book the surgery. Get it done. Make sure you get a really good surgeon. Make sure you find out his history and that he knows what he's doing. And then get this done. It's your nose. And I'm going to tell you something. If it's going to make you feel good, you bloody well do it. And don't you let anybody get in the way. The parents are going like this. I'm going, well, you know, I don't know. Maybe they were looking shocked. And I said, maybe you're shocked right now because you have to pay for her nose. But the reality is, if you do that, she's not the type of girl that's going to go nose, breasts, hips, tummy tuck. I said, there's an actual bump on her nose. And guess what? She's going to feel good about herself. So, you know what? No way. look at this. I'm going to tell you something. My kids come to me and it's not endangering their lives and they go, Dad, what do you think about this? I'm going to go, is it going to make you happy? And you know what? If this is going to bother you, but don't get superficial here, because I know that my kids are working on themselves, aren't they?
No,
are all my kids
100%.
working on themselves inside?
100%.
Okay, so understand something. This is your physical body. She's got to look at it in a mirror. So, end of story.
God gave it to you, and you can create what you want with
And
it.
it's your job to make it better.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that's just like people go, well, if Jesus wants me to heal, I will. And I go, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is a teamwork effort here, guys.
Exactly.
You know?
You're in control.
Yeah. If God wishes it, whoa, 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 whoa. Come on. Let's not do that stuff anymore. That was a really confused religious person, okay, that didn't know what the hell they were talking about. And they're going to create hell for you. Okay? Because understand something. You came down here. Who's in the driver's seat of that vehicle?
You are.
You are.
So take
And
control.
don't forget it.
Yeah.
Don't let these messed up guys who, come and get spiritual. I'm already spirited, thank you. I'm never going to be spiritual again. I'm spirited. Okay, so I'm laying the line down here, so some people might take it wrong, but I want you to understand something. I need everybody to know lovingly who I am so that I don't have to get into conversations. Do you know how often I'll have this? Does this happen like every couple weeks? Hello? Yes, Dr. Wolfe, how are you? Oh, I'm fine. Are you still a Christian? I'm going, what has that got to do with anything? Well, I just want to make sure that if I come to you, that you don't have any other motives. And I'm going, well, I was raised a Christian, but right away, if you're already doubting me, then why would you be coming? And I'm not trying to get into this today. I'm just trying to tell you something. Everybody's our family here.
Doesn't matter who you are, what religion you are, what color of skin you have.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
accept everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's family.
Yeah. I think I can be good. I think I'll be good. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay. Next from Susie. Got a question about why someone's fingers are deforming from rheumatoid arthritis.
Well, here we go. First of all, if you really want to take a look at the rheumatoid arthritis, it started off as just a pain in a joint. So we know there's decreased circulation. We know there probably is sugar and dairy in the diet and gluten. But we do know one thing, dehydration. We know they're not drinking structured water, even if they're drinking water. And they're definitely not drinking enough of it. That's one of the craziest conversations I have with people. And people really believe they drink a lot of water.
Yeah, they do. And sometimes they're literally drinking not even half of what they should be drinking.
And they think they drank a lot that day.
Yeah.
The reality is that we're 70% water, and the reality is that if you're a woman and you're not drinking a minimum of 3 quarts a day, and the average man 4 quarts, and a man who's over 6 feet should be drinking 5 quarts, and it needs to be structured water today.
Totally.
And understand something. Give me someone like this, okay, and give me a half an hour on each hand, and I'll change it to this. Now, am I going to be able to keep it like this? I don't know. Are they going to go home and embrace drinking water? Are they going to do the perfect day stuff? Are they going to go home and do the patting and the clapping? And that we teach to people when they come to us. We don't teach that online. We teach that to people, but understand something. When you've taken a personal treatment and training or come to be certified with us, you've got what you need. You got what you were promised when you got here, but you never got here. I mean, you never got it. Okay.
Yeah. And so what is deforming them? It's the scar tissue, displaced calcium, and crystallization. So once everything gets dehydrated,
it shrinks.
It's the same thing with all the scar tissue
it shrinks.
in the body.
It dehydrates. So if a tendon or a ligament or a muscle was that long, when it dehydrates, it's only this long. And if your hands were like this, if you shortened all the ligaments and muscles in the joints and in the fingers, then they have to be like this because of that, right? Okay.
Put your paws up.
Yeah. Right. So you know what? Don't worry, you can reverse it. And what we'll do if somebody comes to us with that, we'll actually show them how to use their elbow and actually do themselves, because you can work on yourselves and reverse your own condition. You don't need us to do it. We'll do it the first time and take this and make it into this, and you'll go, wow. And then we'll tell you that in a 2-hour training, we can have you doing your own hands.
And we will be showing this in one of the videos we're doing this week. We're going to be talking about arthritic conditions throughout different areas of the body that you can get arthritic conditions, and we will be showing what we do for treatments.
What's the first set of videos we're doing?
First set, which is tomorrow, we're doing pelvis, abdomen, breast. We're going to try to get through hip, knees, and ankles as well, all in one day. And then going from there, we'll figure out what we're doing the next day after
Yeah,
that.
we have about 15.
Yeah.
And we'll be shooting until I jump on the plane to Anaheim.
Yeah, so it's going to be a very busy week.
Yeah.
Exciting.
We do this all the time, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're not like, there's no moss growing under our feet, I'll tell you that. And I'll tell you, we are so excited to truly lock into understanding that we can empower people, but not until we're empowered. So we need to empower ourselves so that we can empower you, so that you can empower you to empower your beautiful family. I truly mean that. Okay.
Next one from Paulina Santos. Hi, Abby and Darrell. You guys looking amazing. Sending love as always from London, Ontario. Hi, thank you so much. Next is from Sajit, and he's from Brampton,
can I say
Ontario.
something?
Yep.
And Brampton, there. Okay. So just so everybody knows, I will be lecturing at the World Organization of Natural Medicine if you'd like to come and see my lecture. Also, Ty Bollinger from The Truth About Cancer will also be lecturing with me, and we will be lecturing. I think it's the 26th of October. Awesome. So I'll be in Anaheim, and then Ty will be coming back to Canada, and we'll be lecturing together at the World Organization of Natural Medicine in Markham, Ontario. And we're going to have information on Facebook and on Instagram. And I'm going to do a one a day for YouTube, I think, too. Yeah, and then we'll send it out. If you're not on our email list, you might want to get on our email list. And we promise you, we don't batter you with try to buy this and try to buy that. Well, sometimes, but not a lot.
Only when there's sales.
Yeah, when there's sales. That's it.
Yeah. All right. And so this was, Sajit from Brampton, Ontario. Hello, Mr. Doctor. I saw you in Toronto for Total Health Show. I was in one of your lectures. We talked at length about water fasting and intermittent fasting. I'm not sure if you remember me.
I do.
I was wondering, what kind of evidence do you have that your products work? Do you have studies about the information you provide? You always say for challenge you. So I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just wondering for the people. Thank you, Sergi.
Yeah, I think this gentleman's a scientist. And then also, we kind of went toe to toe in this class. Do you remember?
I don't know.
No. Anyways.
I think I do. Was he younger?
No, he was around 50 some years old.
I know.
Anyway, so here's the deal. If you go take a look at our humic fulvic guide, how's that for science? Mm-hmm. Okay, you go work with that first.
Yeah.
Then you go to PubMed and take a look at what they say about ionic calcium, ions of calcium. So there's lots of studies in PubMed that'll back me up. Go to our humic fulvic guide for that. And then our daily cleansing tea, look up the herbs.
And
Look up the herbs. And then with all the other products we have, curcumin cayenne 5000, that's curcumin. Go look up the herbs. Look up the studies. Go look up what cayenne is about. So the reality is that wasn't really much of a challenge, because if you actually go out and do your homework, you'll find out that the evidence is all out there.
yeah.
Okay?
And so the humic and fulvic guide has all the humic and fulvic products in it. If you go to the SAC calcium guide, you can find the scientific research for that product there. There's the daily cleansing tea guide, which has the herbs
Has
in
all
there,
the herbs
so
in
you
it.
can go just check that out. We have an essential oil guide.
It's got all the essential oils in it, and
it
all of
talks
them are
about-
organic and pure as you can get.
all certified through, like, it has all the certifications for everything.
Yeah.
Very eco-friendly as well. They replant everything that they take. So they're always replenishing our planet, and they really put a lot of love into making the essential oils as well. And
that's about it.
yeah,
But every product we have, there's already stuff out there. And here's the thing that I really love, okay? I already talked about it, and he must have gave this question after it. But the reality is, you show me a drug that doesn't have to be pulled off the market eventually. Show me a drug that doesn't have negative side effects, and then tell me the negative side effects to our products, and we have none. Mm-hmm. Now, will a person get an emotional healing response from the products? Absolutely. But the reality is that our products are not going to hurt anybody. They're in line with the human body. Mm-hmm. Now, it's the funniest thing, but most of the products that actually come out weren't tested on humans, drugs. Mm-hmm. Do you know that, right?
It's true.
They weren't tested on humans. Mm-mm. And most of the products that come out for women haven't really been tested properly for women. So I just want to bounce the ball back to you, sir, and tell you that there's trouble in River City here, okay? So understand something. The actual products we use have been around for tens of thousands of years. The new and improved drugs that everybody's taking have been around for a year or two. All right.
Next is from Lorraine Nielsen from Perth, Australia. I am 63 years old, a smoker, and worked full-time in a strenuous job. I have osteoarthritis in my hands and feet, but the doctor told me if I have it in my hands, it will be all through my body. I have little energy and was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, which I have been endeavoring to treat naturally with limited success.
Well, hypothyroidism, can we stop for 1 second? Your body's exhausted. You've been whipping your poor thyroid, and it's going, I can't keep up with this.
Yeah.
There's too much acidity, too much toxicity, and you're a smoker, okay? And the thing is I'm in a okay, first of all, you're addicted to this high anxiety job you have, all right? And you're a smoker because you're continually stressing out, and every time you smoke, I'm going to grab a cigarette and think about it, but you never have an answer.
And the reason people smoke is because they really just need a deep breath.
That's right? That's right. They're going for a deep breath to calm down. That's all they're doing. Whereas if you were to just learn how to deep breathe. So you have to understand something. There's been some emotional, physical abuse in your life, okay? Because there's no way that you would pick a job that's highly stressful, you don't like, and then that job's causing you stress, and that's the reason why you smoke so much. Do you understand? So understand this, that there's a dysfunctional belief that's buried within you, okay, that needed to be fed, that now is the monster and is going to take you down. So there's the true story, okay? So we need to take a look at that, because I need you to lovingly put a little mini you on there, start doing the love band, life band, and doing mirror work, and just looking in your eyes and saying, I love you and I will protect you today. Okay? All right? And then start making little rules and regulations for yourself. I will not smoke here. I will not smoke there. I'll not do this. I'll not do that. Because whether you believe it or not, your mind is bent on pain and suffering. And we cannot take you from pain and suffering into bliss unless we do some heavy-duty drug. So it's not going to last. And that's what people do. When they start pain and suffering so much, they'll do a heavy-duty drug to try to get to bliss. And then because they don't know how to get out of the pain and suffering, it's either going to end up pharmaceutical or street drugs or alcohol.
And that's the thing. You're trying to get those happy hormones to produce the serotonin and the dopamine, when you could really just be doing the belly button therapy to get those hormones moving.
Belly button therapy. Oh, boy. You need a coffee enema.
Yeah.
Tummy love, daily cleansing tea, structured water. And
so she's actually wondering what products in order would be
best
for her. And so because of the osteoarthritis, that would be the Merigen, definitely. That's number one priority for that.
But if you can't afford the Merigen, then look at the Cardigan. But if you don't have a money problem, which is usually up here, because you know what? The healthier you are, the more energy you have. The healthier you are and the more energy you have, the better you feel about yourself. The better you feel about yourself, you wouldn't be in that job, and you'd find another one and believe in yourself and go get it.
Have more confidence to follow your passion.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And then for your hypothyroid, I'd recommend the Divine Vine, and you can do iodoral, but I love just the Divine Vine because it's going to help with decalcifying the thyroid and your pineal, and the pineal is directly related to the parathyroid. So it's really beautiful to correct any thyroid problems, and it does have bioenergetic frequencies to help with giving the right nutrients for both of those, both of the glands. So it's going to help with just rehabilitating your body's natural ability to heal those areas in the body and just pulling out any of the toxins.
She might need to also do the ATP.
Yes.
Because if you could really start revving up a natural energy source from your mitochondria, then you wouldn't be smoking so much.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I remember Joshua saying that the pineal is really good for helping with addiction because it just really helps with reprogramming things in the brain.
And I would also, on your phone, have your phone just go with a really light little ding every 5 minutes. And when it does, that's when you're going to say to yourself, unless you're out and alone, that you can say it out loud. And what's her name?
Her name is Lorraine.
You're going to go and put your hand on your heart, just touch it, and you're going to go, Lorraine, I'm going to love and protect you today. And if you did that every 5 minutes, you'd be surprised how your cigarette smoking is going to go down, your coffee will go down, your water drinking is going to come up, your choices with your food things, because there's going to be a new sheriff in that subconscious of yours.
And make sure you go to our library and download The Perfect Day and watch the Perfect Day video.
And go to page 37.
Yeah, page 37 is the schedule, and that's what you really want to follow. That's our step-by-step guide. And if you ever wanted to do something customized, we do the Perfect Day consultations as well. So you could check that out online or give us a call at the clinic if you are interested in doing that. Next.
Yeah, I would always, everybody out there, you're going to be going with Abby or Sarah. It's going to cost you $125, right? And we want you to call often as you possibly can. Because I'll tell you something. Has anybody noticed that you've been programmed to only text or email or do intercom, that you won't actually talk anymore? I'll tell you, this whole the whole relationship communication thing is a major breakdown. And people will say to me, well, I'll email you my questions. And I go, no, you won't, because you are never going to get the answer. I need to hear the vibration and the tone in your voice. And I need to be able to comment back to you about things I hear so that we can go in there and get behind the wall, the mask, and find your true self. You know, you need to understand something. We work for you. We serve you. We're here to answer your questions. If you don't buy a product, it doesn't matter. Just call. Why just suffer? You know what? I was created by God Almighty, and I'm going to act like it, and I'm going to reach out, and I'm going to look after this vehicle. Okay.
Next question from Christina Lloyd. Good day. I'm on day 14 of a 21-day extended water fast. This is my third extended water fast that I have done. I've lost 11 pounds since I started. However, my weight has been stable for 4 days now. I was curious to know if this is normal. I track my fasting and I didn't have this happen before. I've been drinking large amounts of water. However, I've had no bowel movements in the last week, even with drinking the tea.
Okay, first of all, if you're doing it, you better be doing a coffee enema a day, the ultimate coffee enema. The next thing is it better be structured water, okay? And also, understand something. If you had your bowels moving, right, you would do better. And if you had your liver, where's all these toxins going? Bowel, liver, bowel, liver, bowel, liver. Your lymph system's trying to cleanse here right now. Okay, where's the support? And the other thing that I will tell you is sometimes you're not going to lose weight. And if you're doing the things we said just now, and you're not losing weight, guess what? Your body's building up energy. It's going inside and making changes. Darrell, right now, detoxification isn't going to be the thing. It's going to be restoration on the cellular level. So that's where all the energy's going. Okay.
Yes.
So
especially because this is her third extended water fast.
You go, girl.
Yeah, no, that's totally a part of the process. You're just at a different level right now. And just take a look at the Fasting for Perfect Health guide and just really read through that and make sure you're following it.
Yeah,
the way
like
that we
you
do
need
it,
ormus minerals. You need the
Fulvic
you need the
acid.
fulvic. You need to do these things. You know, I know that people were doing water fast without anything.
Yeah, and if you're not doing, like I said, no, you said you're doing the tea in the morning, but are you doing the pink Himalayan sea salt and warm water first before you
that's
do
the
the tea?
ticket.
Because that's going to really help move everything
One
along.
teaspoon
Yeah,
Himalayan salt,
warm water.
15
structure.
ounces of water. Okay, let's get enough water that the logs get to go to the mill, and let's use that salt to also bring up our electrolytes
Yeah.
and to stimulate contraction to. Okay,
She's also on day 14, so there won't be too much.
there won't be a
left
lot coming out.
anyway.
So the most important thing in day 14 is calm, is peace, is making sure that you really connect to your breathing as much as possible right now.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you. I got to tell you, I'm really proud of you.
It's amazing.
Okay, be good to yourself, all right? Say no when you can and yes to yourself when you can, especially going this long, okay? Don't run yourself down or wear yourself down. A lot of people will go, I'm cleansed, but I'm totally exhausted. That's not the deal.
Yeah. Next one from Renee. What do you have for high blood pressure?
Well, first of all, the daily cleansing tea and drinking enough water and the tummy love. There it is. Just do those things.
Yeah.
To start.
Yeah. And then things that can calm you down, like magnesium and curcumin cayenne for inflammation.
Yeah, that's right. But we'd have to take a look at other things. And then again,
Diet, perfect day.
nobody dies of high blood pressure. Try to look at it this way. Your little heart is going boom, boom, boom. Why does it have to work so hard? Well, because there's physical blocks in your body. Okay, and you might be blocked up in the bowel, might be blocked up in the liver, blocked up in the lymph, probably all three. All right? So understand that. So, you know, it's just having to work harder. You know what? I got to tell you something. So when you go to the hospital here now, as soon as you come in, as soon as you go to register, they take your blood pressure. Now, everybody, when you go to get your blood pressure taken, most people get nervous and their blood pressure goes up. They're writing prescriptions for blood pressure meds like you wouldn't believe. I actually went there with someone, and I said, well, actually, it was my partner. And I said, you don't need to do her blood pressure. It's regulation. And I go, well, yeah, but want to have some fun? No, this is not about fun. And I go, well, listen, I'll give you $5 to say that her blood pressure is normal. Okay, so you're wasting your time because I'm just, you know, we just can't let people get away with this. You know what? If we do everybody's blood pressure when they come in, most people when they come in to a hospital,
Yeah.
you know that they've already had a trauma or a drama go on and they're not calm.
Yeah.
So that means their blood pressure's up. What goof would ever go and do that and take somebody's blood pressure when you know they had to go through a trauma or drama, whether
Yeah.
it was a car accident or they broke their ankle or...
Exactly. That just doesn't make sense. It's not logical.
No, it's not logical. Why don't we just, why don't we?
All right. Next one from Neem Cumberdale on YouTube. Hello from London, England. Thank you for all this great information. I never miss a show. You and Abby always make my day. This is the best natural health show on YouTube. Never stop what you're doing. Let the naysayers doubt the power to heal ourselves. Bring the power back to the people. Thank you so much.
Boom. You know what? Let's bring the power back to the family. All right? We're all family. You know what? Let's not let any of the systems separate us by color, ethnic background, religion, or anything else, vegetarian or not, or, you know what? We came down here for choices, to make choices. But the problem is as long as you're not your authentic self, you're not making your own choices. Somebody's actually doing it for you. You do understand that nobody makes any choices for this guy. Does anybody make choices for me?
Just you.
That's it, just me. Does anybody make choices for her? Just her.
Yeah.
Right? Whether I like it or not.
Yes. I was going to say something. Oh, yes. There's power in numbers. So if all of us can come together and unite, even if some of our beliefs don't match, but we can come together against the people who are trying to take us down, There's way more of us than there are them.
And why should our beliefs match?
They
Why
shouldn't. They
why
don't
should our
have to.
beliefs match?
They don't have to, but we should.
I don't want our
accept
beliefs to
everybody
match. I just want your beliefs to match high vibration.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, and no judgment. Whatever somebody else believes, we accept that and let them live their life. We live ours, but we don't want anybody harming anybody else, and we want everybody to be living the most positive, healthy, happy life that they can possibly live with the best beliefs that they can possibly create for themselves. That's that.
And when I tell people to challenge me, I say challenge me because you're looking for a better life. Don't challenge me because you're miserable about your own.
Yeah.
That's all I'd like to say. So I just want to make sure that you understand that. I don't say challenge me because I want you to come on here and have some kind of a match going. I tell you to challenge me because I want you to challenge your own beliefs.
Next is from Helen in Vancouver. My mom has an issue with excess iron in her blood. Because of problems with debilitating dizziness in the past, she has been reluctant to have blood removed as the specialist said it could possibly trigger dizziness again. She is 79. What do you suggest? Also, my dad has had Okay, yep. We'll go with the iron question first.
Okay, Iron Woman.
Iron Woman. Well, it's a problem with absorption with the bacteria. So honestly, tummy love, fulvic acid, structured
It's your bowel.
water.
It's your bowel. Your bowel.
You need cleansing, and the coffee enema, the ultimate coffee enema. Those are the things I would do to help with any iron problem.
And the dizziness and the exhaustion, guess what? Your mommy's bowel is rotting. She's reabsorbing her own waste, and it's cutting down the oxygen and the nutrition in her blood. And she's probably dehydrated. 79, she's forgetting to drink the water. I'm not saying that everybody 79 forgets to drink water. So just understand that. But I just see it a lot. So what you got to do is you got to create a system for your parents, for the elderly, that there's 3 quarts of water here. Number 1, number 2, number 3. And it says right on there, number 1 will be drank by 10. Number 2 will be drank by 1 o'clock. Number 3 will be drank by 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock. And guess what? Right off the bat, she's not going to have that problem. She's all dried up inside. And that's the reality. And if you can get structured water into her, great. But it's all about oxygen levels. I mean, walk into any farm, barn, and where it's closed off, and you'll have trouble breathing for a little bit because of the gas that's being given off actually eats up the oxygen in the barn. I had an uncle of mine that actually suffocated in the barn.
Really?
Yeah, suffocated.
Ooh.
Because of the gases that were given off by the corn fermented, and it got into the barn, and then the manure from the pigs, between the two of them created enough gases that he actually passed out and died.
Wow.
So, but he was a heavy meat eater too. So, but all I'm trying to say here is that these gases that are not good for you, called endotoxins from bad bacteria from the compost that's in your large intestine that is no longer a compost but a cesspool, is putting these gases into your bloodstream, and particles of fecal waste, microscopic, which is bringing down that oxygen. And anybody would feel dizzy if they're,
All right. Second part of the question. Okay. Also, my dad has had ongoing issues with hiccups. It was really bad a few years ago when he couldn't sleep because of constant hiccups. Nowadays, it seems to come and go, but he can't seem to get rid of it since he had his gallbladder removed. My mom now has him on an extremely low-fat and low-calorie intake diet. She believes that minimizing meat fat is helping with the hiccup problem. Suggestions?
Well, that's true.
Scar tissue with the diaphragm?
But that's true. But absolutely. And there'll be scar tissue in here. He needs to get that worked on. But he also needs to look at the Doc of Detox hydrochloric acid capsules before any protein meal. And he needs to food combine now. Yeah. You get rid of gallbladder, you don't break down fats anymore. And now you're going to have, guess what you're going to get, buddy? You're going to have prostate problems and large intestine problems. That's the next thing that comes. Large intestine and prostate after the gallbladder comes out. And I'll tell you right now, 90% of everybody gets their gallbladder out didn't need their gallbladder out. I'd say even more, but I don't know the exact measurement. Okay? You don't need it out. You just needed to change your diet. And also, hiccups, we too know, are anxiety too. So he had anxiety prior, and now the gallbladder's gone. So, but you'll see that when he couldn't sleep before and he had the anxiety, take a look what he was going through with his business or his relationships. So we know that. Emotions always disturb the digestion. So you need to understand that. So look at food combining. Okay, and look at more of a fresh and raw diet. Look at blender drinks to fill him up. Take a look at the perfect day. But also, is he on daily cleansing tea? Because you know what? The cork goes in there and it backs up everything else. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly do this.
We're just going to bring Instagram back on, everybody.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So for hiccups, yes, definitely back. Okay.
But watch if he were to do the Lionheart breath.
Yeah.
Watch it, and watch if he were to do use the belly button therapy kit. We should have that up here. Yeah, we do.
Ta-da!
Okay, it's right here. So you know what? Get him to do this, the belly button. Go on our website and take a look at it. We're doing a video also this week of it. So, but if he did that, that would bring in 50% of his dopamine, 70% of his serotonin, and that would cause him to relax.
Especially when you're, you kind of, imagine it's in my belly button. Right now it's like at my sternum. But you would be in your belly button pushing up towards your sternum.
Bring it up to your throat. Pretend your throat is your belly button.
Yeah, okay. So you'd be pushing up. Like from your belly button, getting it in and pushing up towards the sternum. And that will really help with anything in the diaphragm region, if there's any adhesions or anything. Because the restriction from the surgical scar could be affecting.
Could be?
Is affecting.
Could be.
100% is.
You cannot have any surgery without having a Wolfe non-surgical therapist go in and get rid of the scar 8 weeks to 10 weeks after because it's in there. And guess what? If you want to talk about a place that you can grow a fibroid, a cyst, or a tumor, you now have it. Because when you cut into the body, there's nothing worse than a knife cut for scar tissue. And I can prove that. It grows roots, wraps around organs, and it feels like you're being pulled. Look at women who have cesareans, and they'll have it either across from hip to hip or up to their sternum, and ask them how they feel about their digestion. Ask them how they feel about making love if it's hip to hip. Because of the scar tissue that's wrapping around there. They feel like they're all knotted up. Right? And they're all pulled. And you know, ever since I had that, I can't poop right. I got gas. I feel bloated. I put on 5 pounds. I can't get rid of it around my waistline. Well, get rid of the scar tissue first.
Yeah. A friend of mine had a C-section and then a tummy tuck. And she sometimes doesn't poop for like 10 days. So there you go.
Yeah. So we can eliminate this. Between us and you, we can do it. You know, I can tell you right now, there's nothing more important. Get your family together. You can get anywhere from 2 to 10 people together, and we'll come and do a personal treatment and training anywhere around the world. And hands down, in 5 days, we will walk away from that place and you will know what to do.
Next question from Paulina in London. Can fruit be eaten any time of day, or should there be certain times like for breakfast or before meals and not after meals? So definitely not after meals, because fruit is really quickly digested. So if you eat it after meals, it will sit on top of your food and will rot and putrefy. So we don't want to eat fruits after meals, and it is best to eat like one type of fruit at a time. So you don't want to combine a lot of different fruits together, because that's going to interfere with your digestion as well and can cause like gas or indigestion. And best time of day, I mean, any
time of day. I mean, but if you do intermittent fasting, which I believe in, where you don't eat until 11 or 12, and I'm not telling everybody to buy into this, but you know, buy into what you want. But the reality is again, any time of the day is great, and especially at nighttime, instead of popcorn, instead of tacos, instead of, oh, honey, I feel a little snacky.
Have some fruit.
Fill yourself with the fruit if you want, because we know that the digestion part is going to happen within 20 to 35 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on how slow your digestion, how tired you are. And the reality is when you go to sleep, you can't be focused on digesting. You've got to be focused on resting and repairing and bringing the nutrition in. Go ahead. You know what? When we were younger, we could get away with having pizza, right? Around 10 o'clock at night. eat it, and not feel like a truck hit us. You know, go ahead when you're around 30 years old and have 3 pieces of pizza and you feel like a truck hit you. When you're 40, it ran over you.
Totally.
Okay.
And also with fruit, like Dr. Wolfe said, not having it too close to bedtime. So you would still want to follow that intermittent fasting where you'd be done eating it around, like, still around 7. But if you do feel like you need something later past then fruit would be your choice, and berries are always best.
Berries are best.
Berries are best.
So I just love it. You know, I'll do like a berry shake with core plant protein.
The vanilla.
Yeah, with the vanilla, some black gold, a little bit of magnesium. I'll throw in a raw egg or 2 if I feel like I'm not going to get to eat and I really am pumping it harder. And I'll blend that up. And I'll use either oat milk, almond milk, or coconut milk. They're all good to me.
Totally. And next question from her is, what's the best kind of smoothie? What you just said. Just fruit or a vegan fermented protein powder,
Well,
or fruit and veggies. Also best smoothies for kids.
Well, the best smoothies for kids are the best one for adults,
Yeah.
you know?
What you said is the best.
Yeah, that's
There's
the best
vanilla
one.
or the chocolate. So
Yeah.
those would be like the protein shakes. So if you're going to do any protein shake, the core moringa is like the best protein powder on the planet.
It really is.
It's no isolates in it, so it's just the protein and easily digested. Never buy an isolate if you're buying a protein because it's so processed that your body doesn't even recognize it.
No, it's cement.
Yeah.
And for everybody, if you want, you know, you can call the office, extension 1, and they'll get you signed up so you can get it wholesale. Okay.
Yeah.
But I do like a half a packet twice a day with a blender drink. And I'm not saying I always do it because, and this is a reality, you know, the more you get into spirit, okay, the less you need to eat. And you actually think you need to eat because for energy. Eating takes more energy. You waste energy.
Yeah.
Especially if you're eating like the all-American couple, then you don't have any energy.
It's eating up 70 or more % of your energy and for just one meal.
Yeah, you could walk 10 miles. If you do 3 meals of the average person's diet, that's the same energy would take 10 miles of walking to do. And you have to understand something. Take a look at the average couple. Wow, what a mess. What a mess. You know, we really have to, that's why we do this show. That's why we do this show.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. You all came down here and you told that you have free choice. Well, you don't. Okay? All right. If you're suffering on an emotional, mental, spirited, or physical level, then we know that you don't have free choice because you don't know how to access it. So yes, we come down here with free choice, but you don't understand that there's been an elite group for not hundreds of years, longer, and they pull all the strings in government, in our healthcare, and in corporations. They actually own them. They actually own 90% of all the media. Is only 4 different families own 90% of all the media. Don't kid yourself here, okay? So opt out of the system and look after this beautiful system.
And I just want to touch on, because she asked if she should do fruit and veggies together. Better to not mix too many things together.
No.
You could do with some berries, some spinach or something like that, but I wouldn't be doing too much of the mixing of the...
Keep life simple, peaceful. Do you know how many people come in here? Wow, Dr. Wolfe, I can't understand what's wrong with me. I put 30 different things in. My blender drink is like the best of the best. And I go, wow, do you think your body can juggle all this?
Especially when we see so many people, they'll be like, I did an avocado in it. I put a banana in it. I put some almonds and some chia seeds and protein powder and some greens powder. And you're just like, oh, well, that's why you're having indigestion. Okay, next up. I have started the detox tea about a couple weeks ago, and is there supposed to be a detox phase? I'm having some mild headaches, and for the first couple of days, I had some pain on my right rib side. The pain is gone, and I heard your last Q&A that could just be gas, but the headaches are still there.
Well, the problem is you need to drink more water, and you might need to increase the tea. maybe it's a 2-bag tea and you need a 3-bag tea. You want, when you first started taking the daily cleansing tea, if you want to grab it there, the daily cleansing tea, when you start taking the daily cleansing tea, you have to understand something. Here's what you're looking for, okay? Understand something. You know how people go, oh, I cleanse every 6 months or every 9 months. Why would you ever pile it up? This is that whole theory about, let's create the crisis and run to the rescue. I mean, we live our lives like that. Gently cleanse every day, and there's no stimulants, no laxatives in this. You want to have 2 to 3 bowel movements, and it looks like a cow plop, and it's got lots of volume. It's easy to come out. It doesn't go. You don't want that either. But some people need a 3-bag tea at the beginning because they're so dry in there, and they're not used to drinking the water. I guarantee you that if you're having the headaches, you're not drinking enough water.
Guaranteed.
You got to drink more water. So we've got the tea going in and saying, loosen up the waste from the walls, start getting the congestion coming out. And then it's like this. We told the lumber guys to cut down all these trees, and then we forgot to put it in the river, right? Because you got to get it in the water to get it to the mill. So what you got to do is you got to put lots of water down the tube, right? To get it to the mill, which would be the toilet.
Think of your digestive tract as a river.
Just understand something. When it comes to poo and you, we're number 1 with number 2, right?
All right, next question from Pegatadianapur. Sorry. It's from Instagram. It's a username, not a first name, I don't think. Hi, what can I do for acid reflux?
Well, take a look at how you're running around and not drinking enough water, right?
First things first.
And that's hectic. When you're hectic, right? And you got that hydrochloric acid spewing up, right? So we know there's some stress going on.
Definitely.
But tell them what they need to do.
Baking soda miracle. It's the easiest thing. Just a level teaspoon of baking soda, add it to water. You can do it in a little bit of water or a big glass of water, whatever your preference is, because you might not like the taste. So we have a lot of people who will just do like a shot of it and then chase with a glass of water, or mix it up however you want to do it. You can do that like 3 times a day or whenever you get the acid reflux.
And you know what? And you don't even have to have acid reflux to do it. It alkalines you. Baking soda is a miracle. So you might even want to say, okay, I'm just going to try what Abby said, and I'm going to take a teaspoon of baking soda twice a day with a glass of water and see what it does to my body. And watch if it doesn't relax you, make you feel a little better, doesn't make you feel the pressure here. Your bowels maybe move a little better too. But the reality is this. Also, don't get sucker punched. There's a company out there called Red Mills?
Bob's Red Mill, yeah.
Bob Red Mill. And they say you got to buy ours because it has no aluminum in it. But guess what? That's baking powder. Yeah. Baking soda doesn't have it. They're a little bit of liar, pants on fire. Arm & Hammer will never...
Marketing ploy.
Yeah. So Arm & Hammer's good enough.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And the thing with baking soda too, when you're doing it, make sure you're not doing it before a meal, because you don't want to neutralize your hydrochloric acid in your stomach before digesting, right? Because you need that hydrochloric acid to be high for your digestion.
And here's one. If you ate a ton of food like Thanksgiving and you just ate everything and had some alcohol, don't do like a level teaspoon. Don't do like a rounded teaspoon of baking soda, because you're going to off-gas so much you'll feel like you're going to blow up, like pressure, until you let it go here and there. And if you do feel the pressure, what you need to do is just get up and move around and go for a walk, and the baking soda will do its job. And I guarantee you that you'll be able to walk faster because of all the jet propulsion coming out the back.
Oh, that's funny. Also, baking soda, they did studies, it helps with preventing like 80% of illnesses or something like that, wasn't it?
It helps
just because of the alkalinity. Because
it's alkalining, right?
Acidity causes dis-ease in the body.
But like everything, we're not going to use it as a silver bullet. No. It's like people who buy these water units and they go and they jam it up to 9.5 and drink that all the time. That is not healthy.
No.
And I will debate on this one.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's not healthy. Structured water is what nature does, and nature does structured water even if it's neutral or slightly acidic. you know what? It's still better for you than jamming up the alkalinity.
What you want is your foods to alkalize your body. You don't
Yeah.
want your water to be alkaline. Your
You
water
want your
needs
mind.
to be.
You want your mind to do it too.
Yes.
Because if you have a landmine in there, then you're trickling cortisol, histamine, and adrenaline all the time, and the initials are hack. That's why you're always hacking up something, or you feel like you've got diarrhea, or there's mucus coming out of your nose or your ears, or you've got eye problems. It's all this. As long as you keep dripping this fight flight sympathetic response of not believing that the world is safe, and that you got to understand you're a genius. There's a genius in everybody. You got this.
You got this.
You got this.
Um,
you got this.
Next from Christine, if you visit England, if you go to England, could you work on my tinnitus right ear deep tissue work?
If I go to England, we were supposed to go to England. We're still looking for a place.
At it.
We're still looking at doing a course there. So if anybody knows somewhere around the London area that's a really beautiful spot, and where, it's all about flying there with my staff, getting a really nice place, and then at the end of the day having money left over. So we're trying to find, if anybody's got any ideas.
Yeah, let us know.
We're working on Australia too.
Yeah.
So.
Next is from Julie Kearns. I have had the portable structured water unit for about 4 years. Is there a big difference in the gold-plated from the original? Will the gold-plated ever go on sale? Thanks so much.
Well, yes, it will.
It will go on sale.
Black Friday.
Black Friday sale.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say.
That's going to be when our next sale will be.
If it's going to go on sale, it might go on sale then. And actually, I don't look after that part.
Yeah.
Right?
We don't really know how that...
Yeah, we're told to mind our own business.
Yeah. But the difference between the original portable and the gold-plated, they're both going to be structuring your water beautifully. Yeah. Like, you're getting everything you need when it comes to structuring.
The difference is the vibration.
Yeah.
It's much higher from the gold, but we know that.
Yeah.
Just like the house unit, the house unit and the industrial unit, they're copper. So they're lined with copper to make sure fungal, viral, bacterial is nullified, right? So, yeah, they're much better. I mean, if you're going to do it and put it something like, I would put that in my house. I wouldn't be putting the other one in my house. But if money is, then you know what? Let's just get started.
Yeah. All right. Next is from Rebecca Pulmal. From Facebook, where is the Avacen you said to take for your hair? Is it on the website? How does it help for hair? Thank you. So it's actually an energy medicine device. It's not a product or a supplement. So if you search for it on the website, it will pop up, but it would be in the energy medicine section. And you put your hand in it, and it uses heat to stimulate what pressure point? Is it pressure points on the hand or?
Well, no, there's actually a system in the hand that. You ever notice that when you've had a really busy day, your hands will heat up, your feet can heat up, unless you've got neuralgia problems. But what it does, the heat is collected, but it's not just the heat; it's the vibration and the tempo of how they put the heat in.
Right.
And then what it does, there's a system that's in the bottom of the hands and in the bottom of the feet that will flush the actual heat in the blood and in the circulation to areas where the circulation is no more. So we know that microcirculation is 76%, and your veins and arteries take up the other 24%, but it's the 76%, the smaller veins, arterioles, and little lymph vessels that actually, wherever you have a disease, tumor, arthritis, doesn't matter, breathing problem, this is where the microcirculation is shot, but the body's really smart. It flushes that heat there to open up that circulation. That's why you'll have to cut your nails twice as often if you have an Avacen. Your hair will grow in about 30 to 40% faster and thicker, up to 50% thicker. That's what we see with people. And even balding people are growing their hair back. So, but that's not the thing. The thing is that the Avacen, it increases the microcirculation in the human body when you use it 66%. And this has been studied. and it will increase the circulation in the human body 100% more than anything else. Red laser lights, infrared sauna, you name it. Whatever energy medicine, PEMF, it outshoots them all. So, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it really relaxes you. Like, it feels really good when you're doing it, too. And you just...
2 out of 3 people will fall asleep.
Yeah.
So...
Best sleeps ever.
I do it at night. Every time before I go to bed. I have deep, restful sleeps all the time.
So you can be Rapunzel and Sleeping Beauty all at the same time.
That's right.
All right. Next is from Joe Colleen Hathaway. We don't filter our water, but wondering if structuring it will take care of that. Is structured unfiltered water okay? Definitely.
Okay. Definitely for you.
Yes.
Definitely for me. If what we just said disturbs you, then get a filtering system and then structure it. I travel all around the world, right under the tap. And you can think that's crazy. So anyways, here's another one. And you're going to go, oh my gosh, I never want to watch a show again. The guy's nuts. We've had a boiled water advisory here for the last 3 weeks. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
We don't even tell anybody. People just come and go. We make sure they're drinking structured water, and we don't worry. Nobody's ever gotten sick here, but our neighbors are always getting sick, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
So you know what? I've lived it. You know, here's the thing. The first time you hear something, whether it's true or not, it's hard to accept. And the only reason why it's hard to accept, it's not because of you that you're stubborn. It's because your subconscious says, I've just heard of this belief once. I'm not accepting it until I hear it 10,000 times. So, yeah, there it is. Yeah. So maybe just take this recording and then just keep replaying.
Until you believe it.
There you go. Brainwashed again.
Yes. Next is from Gail Nadeau on YouTube. Do you have a product that will help with hyperthyroidism?
Okay. Well, the first thing that you need to understand something. Hyperthyroidism is anxiety. Okay? It's anxiety. And it's what's so stressful in your life? And what is it that's really bothering you? What's bothering you? So I would want to take a look at that. And I would also, hyperthyroidism shows that what? She's very acidic. So you're continually probably dumping adrenaline, histamine, cortisol. Adrenal fatigue. And we got to look at, I guarantee that if you've got hyperthyroidism, you're not drinking enough water. I also guarantee that you're either constipated or your stool is loose. Yeah. Okay? So it's one or the other, because there's got to be a disruption there. So what we need to do is we need to take the pot and turn the burner down, okay? Because you're on fire, all right? So if you want, give me a call or give Abby a call. But I just want to ask you a question. What is your day look like? What fears do you have? Do you believe that the world's unsafe? Do you believe your relationship's unsafe with who you live with? Do you believe that you can't trust you? What is it? Or do you believe that, a lot of times, believe it or not, I've been doing this for so long. And so I'm not trying to pigeonhole anyone. But with hyperthyroidism, what's the first word?
Hyper.
Okay.
Hyperactive.
Okay. So remember something. Everything starts off first with the emotional and then moves into the physical. And I've seen, and I've told people, I said, you better watch it. You're going to have thyroid storm. They're going to want to radiate your thyroid if you don't calm the heck down, okay? And really start drinking water. And I'll tell you right now, take a look at how much caffeine are you putting into your body.
That's a big one for hyperthyroidism.
You're stimulating the
yeah.
And
no stimulants. You don't want any caffeine.
No stimulants.
No stimulants.
You're already overstimulated. So what can you do right now
to help calm you down?
To help you feel inner peace. To help you feel totally loved and safe. I guarantee you, your thyroid's just going to change. So
really look at the Braveheart, the 12 loving steps, the Lionheart breathing. Really, really honor that. Focus on
belly button therapy.
On doing that, yeah. And then the Divine Vine.
Divine Vine, very important, and you should be taking that like 5 times a day, right? And just look at, if we could create a new routine with you on an emotional, energetic level, it's now your game. So I need you to make this your game. Okay? How can you make this your game? Okay?
I at one point had a hyperthyroid, but not actually. It was all lifestyle, but like also prescription medications, like make sure you look at what you're taking if you are taking anything, because I was on ADD medication and that's when my thyroid got screwed up. So just really be
When was that?
7 years ago, 8 years ago.
You came off of it when you worked for us, right?
Yeah. Cold turkey.
Yeah.
I just quit. I just stopped taking it because I was like, I don't need this anymore. I'm done school.
Let me tell you,
Lori
and I
don't never do that. It was really bad. Like, honestly, I had almost psychosis happening. Like, I thought I was gonna die.
But see,
every
she
day.
never told us that she was trying to.
I didn't even think about it.
And guess what? I was just like, wow, she's a nutbag.
But then it turned around. I balanced out.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't.
Guess what? If you think you're a nutbag, it's because it's not you.
Yeah.
It's something that someone told you or did to you.
I stopped birth control at the same time too. A month after.
You know, there it is. And guess what? And she's here to speak about it today.
Conquered it. And
That's
so
it.
can you.
That's it.
Okay. Next up, Paulina Santos on Facebook. Abby's deep tissue massage rocks. My mom had one done on her back in Toronto and she can't wait for her next one. Hope to see you in Toronto, guys, in April. Will we be there?
Total Health isn't. I just heard it's probably not happening.
Oh, really?
Nope. And guess why? Here's what's happened. Shows like this, okay, are causing people not to go to shows. Well, why would you? You're in the comfort of your car, if you're in the back seat, comfort on the toilet, wherever, tub, in the living room, in the kitchen, or just, you can listen to all our shows
Podcasts,
too on
like,
podcast
there's so
audio,
many.
guys. Yeah, we're on
SoundCloud.
iTunes.
Was the other one Squeaker? Is that what something?
It's called Spreaker, but it takes it and puts it in a whole bunch of different things.
Oh,
and
okay.
places.
It's just automatically.
We'll find out what they're called and then we'll
Yeah.
tell you. But you can listen to our audios on the subway, on the bus.
Honestly, there's so many amazing ways to be learning now that you don't need to go to a lot
This
of these
show-
events, right?
Destroyed Total Health.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
Look what we
I
did.
hope it didn't. But anyways, so I needed to know if
I
I
knew
was
it
going
was
to talk.
popular, but-
I wanted to know if she was going to do it because we have something else going on now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But we're always traveling, so whenever we're in Toronto, of course, we will be letting you know.
Yeah, and you know what? When we go to do a PTT, we're going to start letting people know when we go to do personal treatment and trainings in different cities. We'll
Yeah.
actually advertise it up before we go there, and then we'll see who wants to get worked on, and then where Abby or Sage or Genevieve is, then or any of our other master trainers, because we've got master trainers around the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can start doing deep tissues after our personalized trainings and get...
Or before.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so next is from Julie Kearns on YouTube. Is the Pelvic Expander an actual tool or a stretch? If a tool, where is it on your website?
Okay. I promise you it'll be on video, and the videos will be up in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So you'll see it.
And it's a stretch and a tool.
Yeah.
A stretching tool.
Yeah.
There we go.
A tool that stretches.
Yes.
There it is.
All right.
And you're going to love this. I'm telling you right now.
it
You got to
feels
know something, everybody.
So good.
You know, there's the mind, but here's hormone central. And here's your energy. It all stems from the root, which is the pelvis. And then it's like the root of a tree, okay? You know, you cut the root of a tree, and how well does that tree survive? So we're going to open up and feed the root.
All right, next is from Mary in Bellingham, Washington. How do you get rid of eye floaters?
Oh, well, that's not hard. So, you know, let's take a look. And for those of you who do work on, I know they're fairly expensive, but take a look at the Tesla Lightwear on our website. You know, floaters can come from inflammation. So why do you get a booger in your nose? Inflammation. Why do you get earwax? Inflammation. Why do you get mucus in your stool? Inflammation. Okay?
Mucus.
Why do you get floaters? Inflammation. They're floaters. That's what they are. That's what it's caused from. So we want to look at what's causing the inflammation, but between the bright eyes,
silver,
which is actually going to be, they're just going to be called
fulvic
nanodrops because you can use them anywhere and in any orifice, right? So that we're changing the name to that.
Yeah.
And then you can use the silver. But the other thing is that, you know, you can also do some patting and clapping here. And just by doing this, you know, it might irritate you for a little bit, but it's going to be very calming and you want to stimulate. Remember what I said before? Okay, well, how do we create healing? We increase the circulation, the microcirculation, and then we also increase the temperature. So there's the deal, okay? And we're going to be teaching you so much. I mean, let's put it this way. I will make you a little challenge that in the next 2 months to 3 months, we'll teach you more about your health than you've been taught your whole life. And I don't care what age you are. We have really ramped it up and we just said, give it to them. Let's just give it to them. So.
Next up is from Paulina Santos again on Facebook. What do you guys think about kombucha and all fermented foods? Thank you.
Okay, my honest opinion, it's overdone. And if you do too much fermented, it's overdone. Because guess what? Every fruit and every vegetable, by the time it gets to your large intestine, it's fermented. And we're fermented mental. Okay? So you can overdo it and you can upset the whole environment. All right? So I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just saying we've gone crazy here. Okay? And guess what the biggest problem is with people? They're fermenting. So I'm not telling you that, but fermentation should not be anywhere except where? Large intestine. Nowhere else.
Yeah.
So you can take kombucha and it makes you feel good, but you know what? I'm not going to do that. Listen. I got that mushroom and made kombucha when Sage was even. Oh, he wasn't born. So yeah. So probably about 27 years ago, I was doing it. I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
The reality is I think you can overdo anything. And
with how toxic people are too, sometimes taking in fermented things, it's actually causing more problems than fixing.
Well, it's causing mold problems.
Yeah.
That's what it's doing. And I'm not telling you not to do it, but I'm telling you that take therapeutic dosages. And after you take it, why don't you ask yourself how you feel 20 minutes later? You know what the problem is people have a very good memory, but short term. You know, if you just looked at how you felt 20 minutes after you eat everything and start clocking it, you'd understand that you're overdoing it.
Totally.
And that, look, let me tell you something. You are never, ever, ever, ever going to hear the Doc of Detox jumping on a fad bandwagon. It's not happening. Everything that I'm doing right now, I was doing when I was 24 years old, up till maybe 30. There's nothing new. I just do it a little better, had time to think about it a little bit more, but nothing's really changed.
Just some advancements with the way that they can do things nowadays.
Prepare them more naturally,
right.
as long as they're preparing them more naturally. So yes, but I'm telling you that not a lot has changed. No. I was doing curcumin and cayenne mixture back when I was 26. I had that product. My essential oils, I had all my essential oils that I have right now, same ones when I was 26, and they're the best in the world. I'll say that right now, because they are. We've been doing it that long, and people will tell us that they're using all these big brands, and they'll come to us and go, wow, your pricing, your quality, you'll find out. And also, we're moving into Egyptian glass, which keeps the radiation out, whether it's from just the regular sun radiation or when it goes through X-rays, and it gives 3 to 4 times longer shelf life to our products.
And even just protecting from all the radiation in the home from Wi-Fi's, things
Everything.
like that.
We're protecting the products more.
Yeah.
So, but we're not going to jump on bandwagons. We're just not going to do that. That's not going to happen from us.
No.
We're going to stay solid, right?
Yeah. Stick with what works.
Yeah.
All right. Next from Chipnonk50 on Instagram. Hello. Robin Trues from Brisbane. I can't wait till you come to Queensland, Brisbane. we're very excited too. We're not
Is that where we're going?
Brisbane. Yeah, Brisbane.
Yeah, that's where we're looking at.
Right?
Yeah, that's where we're looking at.
Yeah.
Brisbane, the Montcalm.
Yeah.
The Montcalm.
Yeah.
We're looking into that. I haven't made the call yet. I'm going to do it though. I'm going to make the call, figure it out. But yeah, that's where we're going.
Nice.
So yeah, we really do want to come. Just know that. I got to tell you something. Everybody from Australia, we love you.
Mm-hmm.
We would be there. Okay. The problem is again, it's getting everything right. You know, the Australian dollar is pretty weak. So we're trying to figure out how we can get all our... See, again, it's all logistics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trying to make this work. But we're coming.
We'll be there. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
All right. Patricia Macaron. My belly button has almost closed since I have been sick. Will this be painful?
Well, no.
The therapy.
It'll only be painful if you decide it to be. So what if you said, I'm going to do everything with love, and every day you moved a little deeper like a snail, like this much. The reality is if we can change things this much every day, we'll get there. If you want to take, like, some people go, oh yeah, I'm going to loosen all this up. And then it's like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. Well, that was your subconscious, because your subconscious really doesn't want you to heal.
Yeah.
Your subconscious says, this disease has been with us for so long, because your subconscious is not smart. You need to get that. It's not smart. It can be the dumbest part of you with your beliefs, or the smartest part of you. Mm-hmm. It can be what's killing you or what healing you, but it all depends on what's been put in here. The prominent beliefs rule school you, and that's it. My prominent beliefs rule and school me. But what do you think my prominent beliefs are based on?
Total self-love.
Yeah, unconditional total self-love. That's right. Mm-hmm. And that's what they are. Okay, so if you're not good enough, if you believe you're selfish by just doing nice things for yourself, well, yeah.
Yeah. So when you're doing it, just make sure you have your buddy on it, because it will make it easier. You can even do it over clothing if it feels like it's too much pressure being put on it, and just go slow and don't go for too long if it hurts, and then the next day try to go a little bit longer.
And just know, you practitioners, once you start using these, you'll want to buy a lot of them. So we'll actually connect you with the maker of these, and we won't be making 1 penny. We'll send you direct. Okay? So when you want to buy volume, let us know, because it's all about us. We really try to empower our practitioners. Mm-hmm. If you ever check out our website, itioh.com, we have what's called New World Practitioner. And a New World Practitioner looks at the body as a whole, really does, and really bases everything off the spirit, and really helping a person get their spirit back. But we try to really support all our practitioners and our master trainers, and to put the money back into their pockets. Okay? That's what we're here to do. Right. Totally. And we actually do it. So, yeah.
And next up from Joe Colleen Hathaway, how do you know if your protein powder is an isolate? It will say it on the ingredient. So if it's like a pea protein, it'll say pea protein isolate or whey protein isolate, whatever type it is. Make sure you're not doing whey. I would say just pea proteins are your best bet, like the core moringa. That is the best one out there, in my opinion. I don't know about other ones.
Well, neither do I, and there's a lot of new ones, like cricket protein.
Oh, yeah, that's just weird. I mean, I've heard good things about hemp protein, but...
Hemp protein's good too, but guess what? There's okay, first of all, you can't trust all moringas. It's like, you can't, you know what I mean? You can't. It's how they were grown, how they were processed.
Yeah.
You know, there's 58 different varietals of moringa, for one thing, so they're not all the same.
Yeah.
So I do know that the varietal of this one is the strongest.
Yeah.
I do know their processing is the way it should be.
And they utilize all parts of the moringa plant, not just the leaves, which are actually the hardest to digest and utilize, which is what most people use. And
it's the only good tasting moringa in the world. So they put the whole thing together and really made it their objective.
And it does. It actually tastes so good.
It's heavenly. It's heavenly.
The super mix and then the protein powders, like, they're amazing.
Okay, so then take this, make a berry drink, and take a look at our formula, and then make this for your children that are probably sugar junkies, or your mother-in-law, or anyone else that is a sugar junkie, and have them do this. Don't tell them that you just used almond milk or coconut milk or oat milk. And then just use the fresh berries,
Yeah.
and then use the moringa, and then you'll find out.
Yeah. You're going to love it.
They're going to go, wow, this is amazing, right? So isn't it great to see, for one thing, and this is true, isn't it, Abby? I don't do anything unless it tastes good.
Mm-hmm. Same.
People who I've got practitioner friends that go, well, I do this, and I go, yeah, well, how do you choke it down? I'll do anything if it's good for me. Well, guess what? I'll have everything, but it's going to be tasty.
Mm-hmm. I don't.
Right.
When something tastes gross, it's not good for me because it's lowering my frequency because I'm not enjoying it.
That's right. Remember something. The reason why we came to this planet is to experience eating and pooping. That's it.
That's all.
That's it.
Well, I guess our job here is done. Just kidding. Okay, next from Belinda. Hi, Dr. Wolfe and Abby. First, I just want to let you know that I look forward to these Q&A sessions. You two are such an incredible blessing to all. I appreciate you sharing such valuable information with us. Can you talk about the appendix and the role it plays in the body and what happens when it is removed? I had mine removed and found out several years later that I have scar tissue attached to the intestine and the uterus. Can the deep tissue work even if the surgery was many years ago? Thank you.
Okay. Would love to have you come in. Would love to do it with you and show everybody out there. It doesn't matter what your age is. Doesn't matter how deep or how big the cut is.
Or how long ago it was.
Doesn't matter. And guess what? I already told you just a few minutes ago that the worst scar tissue in your life will be by a knife. Mm-hmm. Okay? And it will grow roots, and it will wrap around organs, around bones, and it will cause adhesions for the small intestine to actually block off your digestion, or you can't even poop, or it's very painful to make love, or you can't pee anymore. So understand, the appendix is the lymphocyte factory, okay? And it's creating lymphocytes, and it also helps with bacteria protection. And the problem is when they take that, okay, the scar tissue is at the lower part of the cecum. It's like a tail, but the scar tissue can actually get and grow long enough to actually cause the ileocecal valve from the small intestine to stay open or to keep closed, and you are in trouble. Or what happens is the scar tissue down here won't allow the cecum, because when the poop comes in, it should be contracting, causing a snake effect all the way along, and you lose that. Let me tell you something. I would just love for you to be here, girl, because if in 10 minutes I could give you that freedom that you want. I said 10 minutes. So understand something. No. Let's just sell her stuff, and she has to take it from this end, and it's got to go all the way down 30 feet to get to the cecum, and then it's got to break down beef jerky. It's got to break down this stuff. Right? It's got to break that down. Like, are you kidding me? No. I'll go in there lovingly with my elbow, get you to breathe. Well, first what we would do if we were going to do it,
Pelvic Expander.
we'd first get you to do the belly button therapy. That's the first thing. Release those beautiful hormones, relax you. Then we do the belly button.
Expander.
If you were here, it would be the
Pelvic Expander.
yeah. And then we put your hand in the Avacen.
Bioptron on your face for the first round, and you do that
First
for 10
15 minutes.
10-15 minutes.
Yeah, 10-15 minutes.
Then you switch and you do the other leg. So you have your one leg up with your Avacen and the Bioptron.
We're going to open your pelvis like a flower.
Yeah, and then we switch it with the other leg up, and then for that one you actually put your hands above your head.
Okay.
And that's giving you a whole body stretch. So it's actually pulling all the adhesions from your pelvis, from like your pubic bone, all the way up to your ribs, and it's just pulling everything open. It's the most amazing stretch ever.
And
feels so good.
And then we're going to teach you what needs to happen for the healing to take place, for the scar tissue not to come back. And we're going to teach you the padding and the clapping that you're going to do in that area. And we're going to teach you what you can do and how to continue exactly what we showed you here and the therapy here. You're going to do it at home. You may not have an Avacen, you may not have a Bioptron, but hopefully you'll understand that energy medicine is the way of the future, and you'll spend your money there, you know? But the reality is, even if you don't do that, we're going to show you how to do everything at home. I am telling you that, okay, you'll see. You'll see in the next 6 months how we go to empower the whole world. Okay? Enough is enough.
All right. And the next question from SimplyFree54 on Instagram. What is good bone broth? Is bone broth good for you? Also, what is the name of the moringa protein you have?
It's called core plant protein. And if you want to just call the office, they'll tell you how to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And
they'll sign you up wholesale for it so that you can get it for a better price if you are interested in it.
Listen, nothing against bone broth. I'm not a bone broth guy.
Neither.
Okay, I'm the wrong person to come to for that. Talk to somebody about bone broth. I'm not a big believer on it. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Okay, because I don't want to say things and we'll just.
I will say one thing. So the reason people like it is for the repairing of the gut and the collagen that's in it.
But we can do that.
We can do that with just amino acids.
And we can do it faster than with bone broth. And I'm allowed to say that part.
And it's better for the planet and for your body to not be consuming animal.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one from Chipnonk50 on Instagram. How do you get rid of Helicobacter bacteria out of your gut and lungs parasites?
Okay, first of all, if you've seen the other shows, get yourself a nebulizer and start nebulizing the nanofulvic drops and then the silver. The other thing is have you taken all inflammatory foods out of your diet? And are you practicing deep connected breathing? And have you cleaned your bowels out? And are you cleansing your liver? Because if you're not doing these things, when you've got those two problems, we know you're vibrating low. And have you taken a look at your belief systems? How's your relationship with yourself, your family, and the world? Okay? And what things do you participate in that are downing your spirit? That's all. And you can start there, but look at the perfect day, and then look at fasting for perfect health in the Doc of Detox library, and then keep watching these shows. And it's a step-by-step thing. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you something.
Honestly,
first of all,
consultation would be great for
everybody. We can keep on telling people to get a consultation. We'll keep doing it. Why not? 10,000 times might work.
Honestly, it's the best thing that's going to get you out of the situation is getting a consultation because it's a blueprint specifically for you.
If you came into your house and you smelled something and it smelt off, because people that have worms, they smell off. They got bad odor coming from their bowels. They got bad odor usually coming from their mouth. And you're going to say, no, I don't. Well, why don't you ask your wife or your husband and breathe on them? And then they may not be able to smell it because they have the same diet as you do, which means that their smelling senses are gone. So understand something. In nature, where's the only place that we find worms? Help me out. Things that are rotting. Okay, so are you rotting? Yes, you're rotting. Your lungs are rotting on some level. Mm-hmm. Wherever the worms are, that's where that tissue is rotting. Okay, that's the issue in the tissue. Now, people don't want to say that because that's not nice. And I'm not trying to be not nice. I'm telling you the God's truth. That a worm can only live in a part of the body where the tissue is rotting, which means the microcirculation is down. That means the temperature is down. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that means it's very acidic in that area. Remember something, they go to the weak links because wherever you have high vibrational tissue, it's too high vibrational for them and it would cause them to leave. Okay, it's like this. You ever go to a place or go to visit someone and you just went, honey, let's go home. This is not for me. Okay, well, when you bring the vibration up, you'll send these parasites packing. And if you've got worms, you've got bad bacteria, and you've got bad viruses, and you've got fungus too. Mm-hmm. And guess what? When one comes, they all come to the party because it's all that vibration. So, and everybody goes, well, parasites cause cancer. Well, they could increase the chance of cancer, but they don't cause it. Fungus doesn't cause cancer, but it increases it, your chances. What causes all dis-ease is being out of alignment, the vibration being down on a physical and energetic level.
Awesome.
Okay.
Next from Elizabeth Fraco. Hello, I just need to correct my comment from Friday. Hello, handsome Dr. Wolfe and gorgeous Abby.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. We gotta send her a prize.
Yes, I think so.
All right.
Next is Judy Christian saying, love y'all. Love you too, Judy. And I did just read on the Instagram, please mention the moringa protein again. So it's Zija Core Moringa Protein. And the plant protein is the one you want to go with. And then, what can I do for children's allergies? Thank you.
Okay, well, first of all, guess what? And this is always going to work. Have you asked them if they pooped today? There it is. Did you ask them if they pooped today? And they didn't poop very good. Oh, but wait a second, my kids poop good. No, you don't know that. Unless you go and say, show mommy how your pooping is. And do you know what your poop should look like? And did you ever tell them what it should look like? I bet you didn't. So the thing is you don't know. They go into the bathroom.
Are they basing it off of
you're
what
busy.
theirs looks like?
And how constipated are they? They don't know if this stringy little thing is called a poop or these little rabbit pellets. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah. It's important.
I think what we'll do on Friday is we'll do a 10-minute poop spiel.
Okay.
Okay, so Friday we'll do scoop on poop.
Scoop on poop. Sounds
Scoop on
good.
poop.
Yeah. And honestly, that's a really important thing. I remember asking my mom that. I was like, Mom, did you look at my poops when I was a kid? Or just curious because it's so important, right? We tell people to do that all the time. And she said only until, once I was going on my own, she didn't look.
Okay.
It's there explains a lot there.
So, okay,
so look at your kids' poop.
She said allergies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so know that, children really shouldn't have allergies unless it's a dairy allergy. Mm-hmm. I mean, no child should be on dairy, yogurt, cheese.
Gluten.
I love people. I go, well, do you do dairy? No, just cheese.
Yeah.
It's the worst one. It's a concentrated dairy. And it's just, you might as well just put a cork up your butt and call it a day.
Yeah.
So is the child on dairy? Is the child on gluten? And how much sugar? And you know what? Are you still buying little junky protein bars for it?
Or even the
for your child.
Flintstones multivitamins.
Yeah, multivitamin. All the stuff that you could buy that the general public gives is to poison your child. Mm-hmm. And understand something, whether you want to believe this or not, take a look at everywhere you go and what people tell you to do, and you'll find out that it's full of flour and full of sugar, and that's to get them ready to become alcoholics. Mm-hmm. There you go.
And another big thing, too, is if they've been on any antibiotics for anything.
Oh, my gosh.
Or if they've had any immunizations, things like that can play a big role with
But
allergies.
understand antibiotics, right?
Yes.
And then cold medicine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're getting into that flu season.
Big time.
Yeah, so understand, if you actually started putting super cinnamon drops in their drinking water, and they were on structured water, and you're really looking at the fruit you were giving them and doing blender drinks like we just said.
Making sure you do essential oils on their feet before they go to school.
Peppermint on the bottom of their feet, and peppermint on the
throat.
bottom of the feet when they go to bed. Mm-hmm. And then also take Lung Restore and rub that on their chest at nighttime. Mm-hmm. Okay, and the other thing is, with allergies too, there's anxiety. Sit down with your children every day. I have two adult children that live with me. They're not children, they're adults, right? And I still go in and talk with them every night, just bop in and go, hey, anything you want to talk about? Let's talk, right? Let's check in. So I check in with them. They don't check in with me, right? Sometimes they will when they really want to, but you know what? Your children, let me just say something here. When your children talk, okay, you want to get rid of allergies and child problems? When your children talk, you stop whatever you're doing. That's the first thing. You honor what your children are saying. And don't talk to your children like babies. Mm-hmm. Talk to your children like adults. Talk to them that you know that they're intelligent geniuses. Talk to them like what they are. Because you know what they are? Your children were sent to remind you about your spirit and about what created the universe. Your children are pure of spirit. You should be humbling yourself down in front of your children. And that doesn't mean giving them treats because you're poisoning them, okay? All right? I'm talking about respecting them. When they speak, you sit down. You don't say, Mommy's busy. Because I'll tell you, if an adult came in and said, I wanted to talk to you, you would sit down and that adult would probably have nothing to say except BS, dysfunctional belief systems. When your child has a question, when your child has something you want to talk to you about, watch the allergies go when you start respecting your children for the little spirits that they are. That's all I want to say.
I love that.
Okay.
Next is from Honey Rosie.
Thought we were done.
We have 2 more and then we're done.
Oh, boy.
What do you think of medical mediums Anthony Williams' health claims? I have no comment.
I have no comment. Next one.
Jumana Omran. I will just say I like celery juice. That's all I'll say. Hi, Dr. Wolfe and Abby. My brother had an accident 3 years ago with fireworks, hit his eye and was damaged and had 5 operations on his eye. Uses 3 different eye drops and painkillers for his headaches. So I gave him the Bright Eye drops. On the second day using the Bright Eyes drops, he said all his pain went away. He is shocked with the results and now he only uses Bright Eyes drops. Thank you for everything. God bless.
And have him call, and I'll do a FaceTime with him, no charge, and I'll show him some techniques to help to heal that eye, which won't cost him 1 penny.
That's amazing.
Okay?
Love
All right.
that. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching us once again for our live Q&A. It's been a pleasure being here with you, and we will be back with you on Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And also, we have a show on Wednesday if you want to check it out on Doc of Detox Show. What's the show this week? Anyways, Drake is looking that up. And just know that Friday will be, again, the last Q&A, okay, for approximately 10 days as of Friday. So we'll be missing the following Monday, the following Friday, and then we'll that Monday.
And then start the next Friday.
Yeah. Okay, so it's basically 2 weeks from this Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially.
Yes.
Healing begins with the farmer.
Oh, healing begins. Oh, you're gonna love this.
You guys are gonna love this.
If you can't watch it later. Healing begins with the farmer. Okay. This gentleman here is a radionics expert. He makes these for me. I'm going to get up here and see if I can get up there close enough. I can't. Okay, I'll show you guys on Instagram. Okay, this is radionics, and this will protects my whole body around and my body, and it creates a shield about 3 feet out. I know it's so tiny, eh? And you'll feel it when you wear it. And it's called Bodyguard. You're going to see it up on our website in just a couple of weeks or so, because we've been testing them out and want to make sure. But yeah, we've been waiting for these for like, how about this? Until we saw all the proof that we needed. And that's been 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. Since we wrote about it in our book. And we also have another one that you can put in your bedroom. And it's beautiful. It's crystal.
Yeah,
okay?
It looks like an egg with like swirly
Yeah, you're going to see
it.
them all on our website. Anyways, this is the same gentleman. And he's going to be talking about how he has this device that he puts underground in the soil that will actually return the soil to a healing state that will, increase the crops by 40-50%. Mm-hmm. And it will also get rid of the bugs that were coming after the crops, and it will bring the carbon back into the soil. Anyways, it's way above my pay grade.
Amazing.
All right. So we're going to go off and we're going to go strategize.
Yeah, we're going to go prepare for our shoot for tomorrow. You guys are going to love it. We're really excited for you to see all the work that we've put into preparing this for you, because this is for you. We're talking about what you can get with the medical system for your condition, and then what we can offer you.
Yeah.
And we're just giving you straight facts for you to make the decision.
Yeah. And understand that every show is now being time-stamped. So that means that by tomorrow, right? By tomorrow, this show will be time-stamped. So you'll know what question we talked about at a certain time, so that we're not torturing you. Okay? You will have a choice.
Or you can watch the whole thing.
There you go.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye for now.
God bless. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.